All right, welcome back, everybody. I think last time we were doing some exploration of the Roundtable Hold, which we just opened up access to. So, for those who are curious, after the fact, I went back and I was like, why couldn't I get here? And the answer is you have to do, I think, one of two things. You either have to beat like a significant boss, which might be Margit, the first boss in the Stormvale Castle, which is probably how I opened this up in the past. The second thing you can do is you can light a bonfire that's not in East or West Limgrave. So when I got teleported over to, way off in the, when I got teleported over here and lit up a bonfire, that also triggered it. I guess this is considered Limgrave in some way, but this wasn't. So I looked it up. That's what triggered it. This guy actually now that he doesn't actually say anything. Oh, but he does give you pose. Not bad. All right. I think I've mentioned in the past that you can kill merchants and get ball bearings and then bring them somewhere, and then that sort of centralizes this is who you bring it to. You can offer a ball bearing. I don't have any, but you pick up some just along the way naturally, but you can technically straight up murder merchants, get their ball bearing, bring it here, and then centralize every item in the game. I have a little bit of money, but is anything actually needed? Because I think the answer is not really. Oh, heater shield. Okay, this is if you still haven't figured out a 100% physical damage reduction shield, I guess you can get one here. Any weapons? Spears, I don't know about short spears. The interesting thing about spears, at least in like Demon Souls and earlier games, is that you could keep your guard up and attack at the same time. So you could keep your shield up and... Okay, this guy's going to be an info dump, so we'll just go through it.
What do you need? I have little time to spare. Are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the Round Table's inner chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the Two Fingers. Once the wisdom of the Two Fingers becomes your own, I'll impart to you a proper welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I have high hopes for you. I'm sick and tired of them. These namby-pamby tarnished think us no more than a shelter from the rain. We've spoken long enough. I have matters to attend to.
I'm going to guess that's burned all of his, but I'm just going to double check. Yeah.
Those who live in death.
I think I've talked to all these guys already.
Should you spy a mariner among...
Yeah. Talked to him, talked to the woman who gives you hugs, talked to... Oh, this is new. This must be a PvP thing. And nobody needs to see me do that because I'm terrible. I mean, you could see I'm terrible. You've been watching. If you've been watching, you've seen that. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's head back to... Are there things around here we haven't really done yet? I don't know if there's anything up here, but it looks pretty bare. Obviously, we've opened this up. We can take a crack at that castle. There's a minor Erd tree. There might be something here. Obviously, there's... Oh, we haven't done the rune near the... we didn't do this rune, so let's just go take care of that rune really quickly. Because we skipped it when we were dealing with the dragon. But let's go bang that out. At this point, theoretically, it should be a bit of a cakewalk. But let's see if that holds true. crabs? Oh, there's a thing in the middle. I'm going to go for it. Let's get out of here. Oh, so now we can put unsheath on other weapons. I wonder if you could put it on like a bastard sword or something crazy like that. You don't have to go get all these things, but for me, like, if there's an open world out there, I'm going to go run around and get everything. So I think I remember what's coming up here, but let's see. I feel a little bad. These guys look like gigantic, adorable terriers that want to rip your throat out. I confess I don't remember the talking, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe those things actually, talk as part of their, dragon worshipping or whatever they're doing here. But I just don't remember them ever vocalizing. If they are the undead vocalizing, that sort of has troubling implications. Like, being turned into a zombie is bad enough, but at least, goddamn, Frank will finally shut up, right? But if they're implying that you can still talk as a zombie, then these poor bastards have to listen to Frank go on and on about crypto or whatever it is that Frank goes on about for all of eternity. And that sort of puts a much darker light on all this. Now that guy with the glowing eyes, I don't know if it means he's got more hit points, but it does mean that he'll drop more souls than your average. So that one was 65. Let's see how much this one drops. 13. So yeah, you can see when they got the glowing eyes, you get a bit of a soul bonus. Okay. I'm going to skip these things because I think I know that this is a trap, and this is one of the early game screw yous that can happen. So here you are, you're early in the game, you like, oh, that's my first ruin that I see, let me go explore, oh my gosh. And, again, if you didn't do the Weeping Peninsula, you might not have encountered a trapped chest, and you get teleported. Getting teleported, if you run around a little bit, is not the biggest deal in the world, but where this one it takes you in particular, I think, is a mine. And it's a hard one. or it can be a hard one, especially if you're really underleveled. But a lot of people who like this game and who, sort of uncovered this, the thing they liked about it was that it, oops, I'm going to blow this. Those are what make it hard. Like these guys, it's hard because they just don't take much damage. But these guys here are actually a little tricky. I mean, I guess not when they stick their head through the wall, but... But a lot of people, you come in here, next thing you know, you're dealing with stuff you have no ability to handle, and you can't teleport back out until you find a bonfire. And because souls being souls, they stick you somewhere where you don't actually see a bonfire right away. But yeah, so what people tend to like about this is that it suddenly becomes like this sort of stealth adventure. Like, how do I, sneak past the guards? How does this suddenly become, the thief, Looking Glass Thief sequel we weren't expecting? I'm not sure which way is the best. Like, because mostly, now that I've shown you, like, I'm happy to get out of here, teleport, and I don't know what the fastest way is out of here. There's a ladder you can kick down to create a shortcut. Getting shot in the back by one of these guys. Is there one up there? I'm nervous there's one up there that's going to get me while I start dealing with it. Now you can backstab. I think you can... you can stun, you can counter, you can do all that kind of stuff to them. So that helps. I don't know if I think they get hit by bleeding. I'm not sure. Nice. But as you can see, I mean, we're like pushing level 40. And because I have a bleed weapon, I'm not having an easy time with these guys. But there you go, some high-level smithing stones. Whoops, that was a waste. Fat fingering the wrong buttons. Okay, so where was that guy? Because we need to get to him fast before he can shoot us. Oops, this went poorly. Okay, now I can hopefully... I don't even know if we can take advantage of smithing stone 5s yet. Aha, okay, so this is good. Finding that sort of implies that. So I'm going to open this up, and I think there's the exit. So it's not crazy, you just have to be able to survive that one room. But that one room is not nothing, right? Let's see where it puts us. Okay, so yeah, you can see we're a little further east from what we've uncovered. Right there, we're looking at the map for this area. Oh, wait, no. Because I have not rested. I still can't teleport. Or maybe it's because it's underground. So somewhere up there is a road with a map. My other fear about this, I mean, it's a video game, it's not a real fear, but the boss of this mine might be a doozy. So even if I can clear the whole thing, it might not matter. And I'm tempted, even though I'm out of... I'm tempted to keep going just because I've cleared the room. Now the interesting thing that's going to get me out of a jam here, potentially, is I've got this Flask of Wondrous Physic, which is going to restore half my health and negate damage. Do I care about the negation of damage? Maybe not so much at this moment, but there you go. It's like a free health potion. I think these are... They're using like some kind of glintstone magic or something. I don't know exactly what, but I think some of these things are crafting materials needed for... Oops. Ooh. Oh, that's not a bad haul. All right. Can't get back there, so this is probably a shortcut the other way. I don't think there's anything up here, so let me... Yeah, it's hard. Like, I'm out of health potions, but I've also cleared the room, so I feel like I should take advantage of that so I don't have to go through all this hassle a second time. Another reminder, always check the corners. Yeah, I thought... I'm not going to waste too much time here if I can't, figure out where to go next, but... If nothing else, maybe we can go get that map fragment. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just rest, get my health potions back, and then try and get that map fragment. I'm going to also burn some great runes, get that level, just so I'm not running around with too many. I only need, I think, 400 or 500. This is probably... I'm going to pop one of the smallest ones just to hopefully get over the hump. All right, getting there. Yeah, I think after I get dexterity up, I might pump strength up just enough to... Whoops, can't. What am I doing? Get on my horse in the middle of a... Might get my strength up just enough to use the sword I was talking about. Okay, so there's... something in the water. Or maybe not in the water. You can see this trail, so it's an invisible... Okay, so now I know right here is where it comes, so I'll give it once or twice. See if I can do it. I think one of the nice things about potentially nope, waited too late. Try one more time. I'll stand here where they're telling me, hey, this is okay. Missed. I wonder if like a bastard sword with his wider sweep, it's a little slower, but if you can time it, I wonder if it... Oops, looking the wrong way. There we go. See, again, it's a little bit ahead of it. And that's what screwed me up that one time. Probably don't need this, but... Even though it's big, I think it just replenishes your... Oh, finally we get the name of... I don't think we've seen the name actually yet. But yeah, it's called Kaled. Gonna deal with this thing, because I think we can get something from it. It's made of stone, so I expect to just barely chip away at it. Well, if nothing else, that somber smithing stone was worth it. Alright, we're going to lose the headless here in a second, but we'll make our way back out. Again, I'm just trying to get around that cliff face and see if I can get to the road. I don't know what the most efficient way is to do that, but I'm trying west. Now, some of these swamps are poisonous. I think if you're on your horse, this one's okay. And again, just imagine, like, you're level 21, you just got teleported in that fog trap, and now you're suddenly stuck in this area you are absolutely not ready for. I think I went the wrong way. Kind of makes it interesting. And then imagine, you know, when you stealth your way out of it, just how much of a badass you feel like. I think there's somebody out there that's an invasion, so I'm going to skip that because, again, I'm just looking to get the map. If nothing else, just so we can see. I'm almost certain I don't have... Yeah, I'm not even close. Okay. Wait, let me just make sure I didn't miss like a talk to Melania or something. Nope. Okay, cool. So let's see where we are. We're trying to get down there. And up there. Okay, so let's go south. Now, I think there's like a sort of a phobia when people see things of this shape. I think there's like a particular, like a lotus plant or something that has these sort of holes in it. I'm not gonna lie, like, it doesn't necessarily completely creep me out, but it's not like my favorite thing in the world to look at. So kudos to them for trying to tap into people's deepest phobias when they're considering their art design. Of course, the point of the journey is all about the bonfires you find along the way. Oops, it's not going to let me. Yeah, these things, that's scarlet rot. That is something, an effect that builds up here that will kill you. So you have to be pretty careful about that. Looks like a church up there. And I can tell you that looks like a dragon right there. And I know I'm going to blow past him and not deal with him right now. Because I think I want to check out this church and hope for sacred tears, golden seeds. Oh no, this is another dragon church. Which I guess makes sense why there's a dragon out there. Forgot about him. Not getting any backstabs in, don't know why. Well, I think I unlocked the... Did I unlock the bonfire? Because if I unlock the bonfire, that's all I really care about. I'm just getting future fast travel points up and running. I don't actually... Oh no, it did give it to me. Which makes me wonder, is this guy right here? Let's see if I can... I'll try him one more time where I have a little more space. Now that shield thing he did, I think, is like an Ash of War that... I think I've picked it up. I'm not sure, though, but it's definitely one I think you can pick up. Let's see if I can time this. All right, so, you know, there's the one Church of Dragon Communion on the island off the southern coast of, I think, West Limgrave. Here's another one that opens up different spells, more advanced spells. Okay, let's just double check. Lost the thread. So now we're starting to open up. Again, you can see, like, this world is truly far more massive than I expected when when I first started the game. I'm like, oh wow, this is like a really nice, if this is it. Like, wow, there's so much packed there, and then it gets bigger. And it gets bigger, and it gets bigger. See what he sells. Love to be able to get that cookbook. But that'll be another time. The reason why I'd like to get that now is because I'll completely forget. Here you can see like those death bird things. I don't know if these are literally the same, but they sort of become, which is a typical Souls thing, they sort of become a regular boss. I don't know if they're literally the same difficulty, but alright, so now what I want to do is, if possible, let's remove this beacon. Let's see if we can get here really quickly. And I'm wondering if somehow we can get around, but I'm not sure. So this is just going to be a long ride. There's the main Erd tree just to get some relation to where we are. That looks like a minor Erd tree. Back to the dragon. Let's blow past him. Obviously, I've taken down that dragon. A lot of the dragons I save for later in the game. I'm just like, okay, now that I've leveled up a ton, again, over level. Now that it's slightly more of a unfair fight, let me go start clearing dragons. That one isn't necessarily the hardest in the world to beat, in terms of what you got to do to kill it, but its rot just can decimate you if you're not careful. Other dragons lay down, like, the first dragon we fought drops, like, fire breath. This one I think does rot. So you just gotta, it makes it more of a challenge than just a standard bog dragon. Oh, I know what's up here. Okay. If it's what I think it is, it's a way to get like a ton of souls, and if you're smart, you can actually turn it into a farming for souls? I'm not sure. So there's a trick. Assuming, well, let me make sure this is the right place. I believe it is, because I think I remember this, like, smoldering wall. So up ahead, I think there's going to be a dragon. And the dragon sort of has a number of sort of baby dragons. And if you kill the mother dragon, the baby dragons just automatically die, and suddenly you get this massive dump of souls, like 50,000. But I think what people have discovered is that if you can, well, it'll be easier if I show you. If you can get to a bonfire that's nearby in time, the dragon doesn't disappear. But that's the trick. You have to be able to get to the dragon, not the dragon. You have to be able to get back to the bonfire fast enough. If you do, the dragon doesn't disappear, but you still get the souls. Rinse and repeat. I've never been able to successfully do it. I don't know if it's something that's been patched out. I can't say. But there is somewhere in this general vicinity, there is a dragon. Okay, so let's clear this beacon. Or is it not letting me because the attack music's on? So maybe it's not quite here, but somewhere in this general vicinity. That is the thing. And so, like, you know, I mean, this, I wouldn't necessarily call this early game, but it's not super late game. If you were determined, you could get here relatively quickly. If you had the farming down, you could just get, you know, I don't know, an obscene number of levels right out of the gate if you really wanted to. Some of these dragons, even though they're dragons, I gotta say, they're not necessarily incredibly difficult. I usually don't do like exploit kind of things, like, you know, getting to the I'm not judging, but usually I'm just not good enough, or I just don't have the patience. But there is, like, I think this is the sleeping mother, and it's really all you do is you just stand behind it and whack it. It can't really fight back. And if you can get, I don't think it fights back. At least not if you hit it from behind. So if you can kill it and then get to this bonfire before, I don't know what exactly the trigger is. You get the souls, but it doesn't disappear. You know, because a lot of enemies, they'll, like, you know, turn to dust. But yeah, I mean, I can show you. Like, it's like almost what you'd want to do is you want to max out your FP, because then you can just unsheath to death, I guess. You know, and I think, like, bleeding will do its thing. So you can get little bonuses, but you can see, like, it's just going to take forever. But again, yeah, if you can kill it and before it sort of turns to dust or whatever, get on your horse and run to this bonfire, you can just rinse and repeat. Now, one advantage, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch that. I might do it, like, offline, because, you know, those souls might be enough to get my dexterity much closer to 40, and then... Alright, so here we go. Now we found this whole area. You got a minor Erd tree, you got something going on up there, got something going on there, another minor Erd tree, a mine, but we probably already knew about that. Okay, so let's make our way back, because again, our goal wasn't to mess around with this too much. I think we cleared these ruins. We cleared that. So yeah, let's take a look at Fort Height West. Remember, you know, the guy, Kenneth Height, asked us to clear his castle. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get there, and maybe we'll make that the next chunk. Okay, so you can sort of see demi-humans down below. So again, it's the environmental storytelling. You see the regular soldiers up above, like, you know, sort of what Kenneth Height was describing. And remember, that's sort of what we were dealing with in Weeping Peninsula, right? Like, we had a castle that had been overrun by demi-humans. Again, as somebody who can't parry, those counters are a godsend. Now, if we take a look, I thought there was something here, but I might be missing. Maybe it's different. Now they're going to take shots from the castle. Somewhere there's that giant with the pot over his head making him go insane that I should be aware of, but I don't see him. And again, because I get obsessive, I always sort of, before I even go in a place, I tend to round the corners. It's a little bit, habits I've picked up actually from like the old Deus Ex games. I loved definitely the first one. The second one, I don't know how far I got and it was okay. And the new ones are actually ones that I really enjoyed and I just never stuck with. I should finish those up. But, you know, those kind of immersive sim games, I tend to be the type of guy that, you know, if I see there's a way to do it, I have to go do it. Even if I've already cleared the level, I've got to go back and like, oh, okay, air vents? Okay, I could have hacked a computer and opened this door. Okay, and I just sort of find all the avenues after the fact, even though... So my fear is that there is not a bonfire here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back and... pause for now, and then, yeah, we'll try taking this castle next time. All right, take it easy.